Welcome, here I've got Nokia XR20 and I'm gonna show you how to use the camera promote at this device. So let's start by tapping on the camera button to open it, and for now we are on standard photo mode. We have to change it by using this settings bar and just simply going to the left to more. Here we get access to more modes of this camera, one of them is the Pro, so let's pick it. And here we are. This mode gives us possibilities to choose some shooting parameters by ourselves, and this is useful when we want to learn photographic skills or making experiments with photography. So let me start with this settings bar. The first one option here is the white balance, so we can manage the temperature of our picture and pick the light we have in the area where we take a photo. So by using this slider, as you can see, we can change it between daylight, cloudy light, shade light, fluorescent light, incandescent light. As you can see, this is kind of balance between warm and cold tones of our picture, so you can pick whatever you need or just go back to auto to the left on this slider. Now let's move to the next one option, the focusing. We are on autofocus. By using it, we can change it to the manual one and adjust it, as you can see, as we need, or just go back again to left to auto. Now let's move to the next one option, the ISO. Here we can manage the camera sensitivity to light, and by using the slider from the beginning we can make it less sensitive from 100, or going to the right more sensitive to 12 and 8000 of it. So this is really wide spectrum and it's really professional, like this kind of camera. And of course, to go back to auto ISO we have to slide to the left. Now let's go to the next one option, the shutter speed. Here we can change the time of taking picture, and by using this slider we can make it shorter from 1/4000 of seconds, and this is really short time. It should be definitely better to objects, for example in move with a good light, to frozen them at the picture. By going to the right we can make it longer. The longest here is 20 seconds of taking picture, and it should be definitely better to objects that are stable. And of course, to go back to auto shutter speed we have to slide to the left to the beginning of the slider. Let's move back to the next one option, the exposure compensation. Here we have different slider because at the center we have 0 parameters, so auto exposure. And this option allows us to control the light of our picture in kind of basic way. So by going to the right we can make our picture, as you can see, more bright. By going to the left we can make it more dark. To go back to auto we have to slide to the 0 parameter to the center. And I want to show you one extra thing here. When we adjust shutter speed manually, the exposure compensation button here is locked, because shutter speed together with ISO, as you can see, are kind of light managing, more advanced than the only exposure compensation. So if you want to use this, you can do it in only basic way, and the shutter speed should be on auto here. And of course we don't have to separately move to all of the settings to auto. We can easily reset them by the last button on the settings bar and start using this from the beginning. So this is a really cool thing that we can adjust them, then go back to auto and start creating this as we need. But of course you can go back separately to auto settings also. And now let's move to this settings bar. I want to focus on the button at the center because the other settings are also in standard photo mode. In the Pro we have this RAW button, so just one tap to turn it on and turn it off. And this is also a really pro feature because the RAW is format that we can save our pictures, and the professional photographers save this with more details to post-producing the pictures in graphic programs. So when we turn it on, we don't have only JPEG picture, we have also RAW picture. Now let's turn this off and move to the left to this I letter button. Here we can read also about some gestures we can use in this promote. So when we swipe up on the shutter button, we can enable promote. We can swipe up the shutter button again to reset the parameters, and swipe down to collapse promote ring, and also to exit. So let me try to use this. When we swipe up now, we get access to this kind of view, so we have all of these parameters together we can manage, and I think this is really useful thing that we can see them and manage them like that. When we swipe up again, we should, or down, we should reset them. So as you can see, I can't use this because we move back from the Pro to the standard photo. So as you can see, it's not perfect. And now let me try to use all of these settings to take a picture. Now it works. So let's stay, for example, on fluorescent light, the manual focus here, the shutter speed here because we have a little brighter view. The ISO and the shutter speed here. And as I said, the Explorer compensation now is locked because we use the shutter speed and the ISO together. To see the picture, let's move to the right to the button that follows us straight to the gallery. And this is how it looks like. It's not perfect, but I suggest you to making experiments with all of these settings and just have a good fun. Thanks for watching, subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.